Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. Today is Wednesday. It is bright and early in the morning. It's about 6:30 a.m. I've been up for about an hour. I just spent the morning kind of slowly waking up, and now I have moved to the couch so that I can start to get ready. I have a neurogeneticist genetic evaluation this morning, and the drive is about 2 hours. So I am gonna start getting ready. I'm gonna be horizontal, well, semi-reclined as long as possible, do my makeup on the couch, and then I'll move to the vanity to do my hair. Thought I would bring you on along, but today's prep actually began last night, so let's roll it back. I am still very much in that awful flare, so it's going to be quite interesting, but I do not want to reschedule because this is I've already rescheduled because the last time that I was supposed to see him was when I was admitted to the hospital. So I'm trucking it up there. I've been through worse. So anyway, I'm in the kitchen. I am making some overnight oats. I like to prep a couple of meals for myself. I do like to, as you guys know, go out for a little treat after. Or, you know, in most cases, Uber Eats something to my car and eat it on the drive home. But anyway, I need a couple of meals because I do eat micro meals. So that has me eating about every hour, hour and a half right now in my current flare state. Normally it's 2 hours. So I'm making overnight oats for myself and my husband. So I've already mixed everything together. But basically here are the ingredients that I used. So you guys know we make our own almond milk, and then I did probably like a tablespoon of the maple syrup, and then I also put in probably a tablespoon of this plant-based Siggy's mixed berry. Delicious. And then this is that homemade blueberry jam that you guys have seen me make before, and then this is just what I'm drinking on the side right now. So I'm gonna throw those in the fridge. One last thing to do in the morning. I like to do as much as I can the night before, so that's what I'm going to spend about the next 10 minutes doing, and then I'm going to take a break. So I believe I shared with you guys that I had an epilepsy genetics panel run a few months ago, and I came back with some variants that were detected, but they were sort of like non-specific because I think my neurosurgeon didn't provide a lot of information about my phenotype or like my symptoms. I'm genetically predisposed to epilepsy. And so I think that's her primary reason for referring me to the neurogeneticist. Basically, this neurogeneticist can complete the like whole genome, whole exome, or more targeted genetic panel studies. Clearly, I don't know much about this because I am like tripping over my words trying to describe this. But from my understanding, the appointment is an hour and a half, and they're going to go sort of really deep into my family history, my social history, what my childhood looked like, in an effort to sort of put all the puzzle pieces together to figure out if there's like a genetic unifying cause or reason for all of the conditions that I've developed over the years. This is like the laziest way to ever do your hair, by the way. I give zero fucks. I don't have time to like put it up into neat little sections and, you know, do the things. We just work around. And then I think they'll decide what type of genetics panel to run, and I don't know if I'll do that today or if that will be, you know, something I do in my own time. And then it sounds like there's like a follow-up appointment to review the results. So anyway, I thought it would be cool to take you guys with me. This is the first time I've ever done this, and from what I understand, insurance does cover it. They are in network with my provider, which is Blue Cross Blue Shield. I don't know what portion of it they're going to cover, but if you want to pay out of pocket for it, which you totally can, it's $1,200 for the full evaluation, which is up to like 4 appointments, plus that includes all of the lab work that you would do. So I don't know, obviously, if it's the same in other states or cities, but this is Denver. So I'll keep you guys posted, and obviously you'll get to go with me. So I'll let you know how it goes, what we find out. But again, from what I understand, it can basically uncover thousands of rare conditions. So we are really hoping, but not getting our hopes up, that this provides some helpful information. Okay, I forgot to show you guys last night that I did pick out my clothes as well. Trying on clothes has to be like top 5 worst activities in the entire world, especially in the morning when you're not feeling well. So I put that shit together last night, and I'm gonna get dressed now. So let's see what we got going on. I cannot stop buying these shirts from Amazon. They're technically like sweater vests, but I get them a little oversized, and it's like a little tank sweater shirt. Super cute. So this is what I'm going with. Comfy and cozy. Peruge. I only have one shoe on because I wasn't sure which shoes I was going to wear. I had my Birkenstocks on this side, but didn't love them as much. So here's how she looks close up. Everything is from Amazon. I will link it. All right, I made it to Denver. I just probably spent like 15 minutes in this goddamn parking garage trying to figure it out. I don't know that I ever changed levels. It just felt like I was going in circles. And every time I tried to park, it was either for a physician or it was for the valet. So hopefully I don't get towed. I think I'm in the right spot, and hopefully I can find my way back. I would say I'm feeling a little bit decent. I don't know if that's like a way to describe things, but I was dealing with a lot of nausea during the drive, so I tried to just eat my overnight oats that I packed, just one bite every couple of minutes, and I seem to have worked through that for the most part. I do have a fever of 101.1. Hopefully that settles over time. So I just Uber Eats a breakfast burrito that I'm going to just try to grab a couple of bites of before I go in. And I'll keep you guys posted. All right, I'm not going to take my med bag in just because it's a lot to carry and I have to walk a little bit. So I just want sort of my main bag with my medical binder and my wallet, computer, all those good things. So I'm going to throw a couple of snacks in my bag just in case. So I've got one of these Tozy bars, tried and true applesauce, and then I have some of these Soli mango strawberry gummies. So I'm going to throw those in the bag that I'm taking with me. Water. Let's do it. Elevators. All right, I found the elevators, I found my appointment, and I found my car on the way back, so we're calling it a solid win. The appointment went really well. I'll update you guys a little bit more when I get home because I just want to get on the road and get something to eat, and it's a 2-hour drive, so let's hunker in. I made it home and I immediately changed into my cozies. This is just what I wore to bed last night. As you guys know, I shower in the evenings, and so I don't want to dirty more clothes. So I just put on what I was wearing to bed last night. And then after I rest a little bit, I'll go take a shower. I'm not hungry right now, but I have not been hungry, and so I'm not trusting my hunger cues. And I'm gonna go ahead and just heat up some leftover pasta. It is literally just straight up brown rice pasta. Jovial is the brand that I like. One ingredient, brown rice. And I'm gonna throw some olive oil, some salt, and I make like a homemade cashew parm sort of situation, which is cashews, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, and salt. Easy peasy. I'm gonna dust that on top, and I prefer to eat that more room temperature, so it's just gonna be ready for me when it's ready for me. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is every time I go to Denver, I think you guys know at this point, I always pick up Voodoo donuts, but I've never really showed you what they look like. So let's take a little peek here. So I think this one's probably my favorite. Obviously, I already took a bite out of it, but it is the, dang it, I don't even know what it's called, but it's basically just has like, it's Oreo topping. And this place has vegan donuts. As you guys know, I'm not vegan, but I try to eat dairy-free wherever I can. I don't even know if there's dairy in donuts. So this is turning into a really cool story. This one has a raspberry jam in the center. Phenomenal. So anyway, cool story. I'm gonna eat a couple bites of this donut, and I'm gonna go lay down, and I'm watching one of the seasons of Love is Blind. Pickings are slim in terms of what to watch that is not too stimulating on the brain, so Love is Blind it is. We are doing quite a bit of time traveling in this video. It is actually Saturday morning, and this video is going to go up in the next couple of hours. I left you guys hanging the other day. Last that you saw was me sitting down to rest a little bit before taking a shower after my neurogeneticist appointment, and this is why I struggle with not just pushing through and trying to get everything done before I sit down, because once I sit down, there's no getting back up. So I did not shower that day nor the next, but then yesterday morning I did have an MRI at 8 a.m., which I also did not shower for. But anyway, this is not about whether or not I showered. I did shower last night finally, but the last couple of days have been rough. So anyway, I wanted to give you just a quick update on how the neurogeneticist appointment went. Went really well. Basically, we just walked through my social history, my family history. We did a neurological exam, and I'm going to pop these words up on the screen because I don't know if I'm pronouncing them correctly, but basically I failed the neurological exam, and so we identified that I have dysmetria, which is, so basically it's like when they do that nose to finger test, I overshoot or undershoot, and then also ataxia, so some coordination and some balance issues. And then he diagnosed me with cerebellar dysfunction. I do have a bright spot on my cerebellum that we have seen on multiple MRIs. Cerebellum is responsible for like your coordination and your balance and all of those good things, and mine has definitely been off, and so we are attributing it to that. But that sort of could open up the could open up our search, I guess, in terms of what conditions I could actually have. So ataxia was high on his list, so we are going to run the full genome genetics panel. What we are looking for, or what he suspects like could be on there, are maybe some like cardiac myopathies or arrhythmias. My dad did die from heart failure at a young age, and then also ataxia or like balance disorders, and then metabolic disorders are what we are looking at. So basically where we are is, if all of this genetic testing comes back and there's not a unifying reason for all of the conditions that I've developed over the years, that would, potentially be a good thing because basically my entire like clinical phenotype is pointing toward it's all autoimmune. Whatever is happening is autoimmune and it's happening in my central nervous system. Every single positive or abnormal test that I've had indicates that there's something happening in my central nervous system. So it could be a situation where we move more toward looking at CNS autoimmune diseases. As you guys know, that has been high on my differential for myself for a long time. So we are getting closer and I'm feeling really, really positive about that. So I will keep you guys posted. As I said, it's going to take 8 to 12 weeks, but I did get a cervical MRI and x-ray yesterday morning. So that could also sort of help us identify whether or not there are specific things happening in my neck that would point us more toward a central nervous system process. So I think it was an incredible appointment. I already read the report and am very impressed by how thorough he was. And it was one of those doctor's appointments that you have very infrequently. I cannot recall the last time I had a doctor's appointment where you walk in there and you can tell within the first couple of seconds when you are sharing your story and you're looking into that doctor's eyes, whether or not they believe you and whether or not they're going to move forward in a professional doctor-patient relationship. And it was seamless. I had zero anxiety. There was no doubting or questioning of my symptoms or my experience. And so there's not enough good things that I could say about this doctor. So if you guys are interested in finding out more about this place, I can definitely drop some information in the notes. Phenomenal experience, and I look forward to seeing if we can uncover anything. Thank you guys for taking the journey with me this week. Sorry for bopping around, but we do what we can with our health. And I hope that your weekend is relaxing and rejuvenating, and prioritize yourself. I love you guys.